seconds while you dream. A life never lives in peace. As you stand upon the edge, woven by a single thread, and fate may fall down upon you, while the devil is knocking right at your door. So are you restless? Each night you hear the drums roar. Awaken, awaken, the voice begins to call you while you hunger. A taste of destiny you're searching for. Awaken, awaken, the fight is at your door. Take up the cause. As you stand upon the edge, hanging in the balance, and flame may fall down upon you, while the devil is knocking. So are you restless? Each night you hear the drums roar. Awaken, awaken, the voice begins to call you while you hunger. Taste of destiny you're searching for. Awaken, awaken, awaken. When I let you go, I just pull you closer. I can't understand where it came from, but you got it, I got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you gave to me. Loosening my grip as pulled you into me. When I let you go, it just pulled you closer. It's a long departure. It's a long departure. Before I see you again, before it all makes sense, but I can't hold you back. And I still don't understand where it came from, but you're back in with the passion. I'm awake with the flame in a hailstorm. I'm back in, I gotta have it. Everything to do with what you gave to me. Loosening my grip as path with no resistance. If we drift to rising, if we let it all go, then will you come with me till we are free? If we drift to rising, if we let it all go, then will you come with me? I'm gonna make it somehow. I'm gonna break through the clouds. If we drift to rising, if we let it all go, then will you come with me till we are free? If we drift to rising, if we let it all go, then will you come with me? I'm gonna make it somehow. I'm gonna break through the clouds.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Justin Katz Fairchild, and on the desk with me today is the one, the only, the lovely Goldline. And we're bringing you quite the game. It's going to be iKONIC versus Smash Barn in week number 3 of the Rampage Premade League, I believe. Boy, am I excited for this one. Week 4.
I'm really excited for it as well because it's a kind of a, they're in the same group, all right, and so iKON is 2-0 while Smash Barn is 3-0. So this could be a really big difference maker in their standings.
Yeah, it can definitely tie, or not tie these two teams up, but it'll put one 3-0, put one 2. I believe we're missing a game here, if I'm doing my math correctly.
That is correct. I think iKON is missing a game. They probably had to reschedule it down the line somewhere.
Yeah, so that'll come in eventually, but of course this is still a good match between these two teams. Let's take a look at these bans that's come out already. It's going to be the Aatrox and Kane on the side of iKONIC so far, and on the side of Smash Barn it will be that Vayne and Darius taking away. That Vayne we see a lot right now, especially with the buffs and with the kind of meta shifting a little bit. You see that Rage and Blade of the Ruin King. So that is great there as well. And finally, that last ban for iKONIC will be the Thresh.
Yeah, all of these are really good meta picks to take down right now, and also on the side of iKON, I think like 2 or 3 of their players all play Darius, and so that's a really good target ban. He just breaks down that top lane so hard if he gets ahead, so we definitely want to be careful about taking that. So that's a really good targeted ban.
And an interesting power pick here that you're going to see from iKONIC, the Twitch. Not something we see too often, but from my belief, this can be flexed between the jungle and bottom lane, so it's a good first pick if you are going for that kind of flexing type of thing. Maybe opting for a Galileo and flexing him between that mid, top, and support spot, or something else along those lines in the mid lane, maybe a Lulu, and kind of protect the Twitch composition we might see out of iKONIC, but we'll have to see what Smash Barn's response is, and that's going to be Ezreal.
Yeah, and Ezreal is definitely a champion that can avoid everything Twitch does in lane. He can E out of the slow that Twitch offers and just avoid all of his damage. So that's definitely really good laning. As far as the scaling goes, though, Twitch definitely has the advantage the longer this game goes along. But Smash Barn is taking away that Lulu, so that is kind of something that, as you mentioned, they might have been looking for, but they're not going to have access to it.
Yeah, and that's pretty big, denying that Lulu away from the Twitch. It's a combination we see a little bit too much and maybe a little bit not enough. Just because we don't see Twitch that often anymore. But anyways, it's going to be the Morgana getting picked up here for iKONIC. A good counter pick if you're looking to keep him safe. You have the Black Shield, you have a bind, and plenty of extra things to keep people off of you. I also like this Rammus as well, being able to get in very, very quickly with good engagement good engage potential and great lane ganking.
Yeah, it's really good for everything they want to do already, because Morgana, she can protect her AD carry with Twitch with that Black Shield a lot, but also as Rammus is rolling in there, Rammus's big weakness is getting kited. Morgana prevents everything about that, and especially because Lulu usually looks to polymorph Rammus as he's coming in there. Can't do that through the Black Shields. That's a really strong pick actually here.
Yeah, and the combination we're seeing out of these two is great, just like you mentioned. The last pick here for Smash Barn will be that Vi. Very interesting pickup so far into the composition. I'm not too sure about it, because you have that Black Shield is there. You have the Rammus to taunt the Vi out of practically anything she goes for. You're not going to be able to escape that Assault and Battery. You're not going to be able to rather get in on the Assault and Battery with that Black Shield on top of the Twitch, and if that's what you're looking to do and prioritize right on top of them, you're going to be next to useless.
As a kind of a strange pick in there, but maybe they have something they want to combo with. Maybe they're going to combo it with the mid or top lane that we haven't seen yet. Lulu does synchronize pretty well with Vi, though. When Vi gets in there and she's a little bit, she is tinkier than she used to be, but still Vi can't have that potential to be bursted down very quickly. Lulu certainly can ult there to get that double knockup, so to speak, if Morgana doesn't get her Black Shield off in time. So I'm curious to see what they're going to go with it, though.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit of that execution, of course, you see as well. If Hex isn't able to get that Black Shield off, that's going to spell into a dead Twitch very, very quickly with that Lulu behind him as well as the Vi. But we are to our second ban phase, and well, we've already finished it. It's going to be Renekton and Yasuo taken away by iKONIC, and Smash Barn going to take away that Kayle and Lissandra.
Kayle is busted right now, so as soon as he gets past 15 minutes, yeah, that's always a good ban, especially on red side. You just want to get rid of that Kayle. Yasuo and the Renekton are kind of interesting bans, but they're picking the Mordekaiser. That's a really fun lane, but I wonder, is that going to be a mid lane or a top lane?
Yeah, I like the pick right now where you pick it now and you're still holding it as a flex to force iKONIC to get those most mid and top laners locked in, but you pick up this Sylas. That can also be a flex between mid and top. They're just looking to flex back, it looks like, and try and match Mordekaiser where they want to. We'll have to see what this final pick, though, is here for iKONIC, and we'll see it shortly. It's going to be
Garen is a very unique pick. You don't really see Garen very often across any leagues. He's usually just a solo queue only champion, so it's going to kind of be interesting to see in there. So that's probably going to be 99% top lane, which then Sylas is going to be mid lane, so it does let Smash Barn decide what they want to do, which they think they can get a stronger matchup in. But one thing with the Sylas, we were just talking about the Vi Lulu combo of ults. That's a really good combination. Sylas can just take that away and do the exact same thing to you, and so that can be a little dirty.
Yep, the final pickup, though, here for Smash Barn will be that Swain to round out their team composition. The side of Smash Barn actually has so much survivability when you look at it. You have the Swain, you have the Lulu, you have the Ezreal as well, arcane shifts to escape, and lastly, you have the I don't have it in front of me, Mordekaiser.
Oh yeah,
with the healing there as well. So there's plenty of healing across the board for the side of Smash Barn.
The only thing I don't like about Smash Barn's comp is that it is kind of a messy team fight. You don't have any real frontliner outside of Vi diving in. That's not really a strong frontline, and also Mordekaiser and Swain, while they're kind of that middle area, they're not quite frontline, they're not quite backline. They do have the survivability though, so that could kind of fill in those gaps with their own self-sustain.
Now, if you're Smash Barn right now, your 100% first priority is to shut down this Twitch. Without Twitch, iKONIC's team composition falls apart a little bit. You still have that Sylas and I guess Garen in the top lane. Mordekaiser bringing Ignite, so he's expecting to win this, Jermican is. But if you're able to shut down this Twitch early in the game, deny him from as much CS as possible and deny him from getting back in the game, which means you need to end quickly as well. That's exactly what you need to do if you're the side of Smash Barn. But if you're the side of iKONIC, what do you need to do?
Thing with iKONIC, what they definitely need to do is look to help Twitch bully this Lulu Ezreal lane. While they are very poke heavy, if Ezreal can't E out of a situation, they're dead. Lulu doesn't have very much mobility on her own outside her small speed up, which isn't that very much early. So they probably definitely want to focus on getting this Twitch ahead, because if Twitch can get ahead on his power curve ahead of the Ezreal, who we mentioned, Twitch outscales Ezreal, that's going to be their win condition. Silas and Garen are both able to hold their own lanes on their own, so I don't want to see Vi focusing those lanes too much. Actually, I guess I don't want to see Rammus focusing those lanes too much. I do want to see Vi focusing that. I don't want to see Rammus focusing mid and top too much. While they do have decent gank setup in the mid lane, that's probably not going to be their best option.
Yep, and we are finally loaded onto the ref list. On the side of iKONIC, we have the Omega 1 on that Garrett in the top lane, Chan Wu on the Rammus in the jungle, Ocelot Toes on that Silas in the mid lane, Metal and Hex on that Twitch in Morgana bottom lane. And
on Smash Bar side, we do have TM Jimmerkan on the Mordekaiser in the top lane. Sensik is doing Vi in the jungler. Her Ramzada is playing Sway in the mid lane. Saj 5 is the Ezreal, and Drops of Love is coming in to support with the Lulu.
Yeah, on both sides, just doing a generic 5-point, no invades for Vision this time around. Hex is going to drop the ward in the bottom side to deny any invades and not get himself in any danger as well, as you put the ranged player in the mid as well in terms of Metal.
Looks like Vi is also trying to decide where she wants to start, top side or bot side. Looks like both jungles are going to be stopping on their bot side, get their jungles will help them out a little bit, which is kind of, both teams are playing to the opposite of what we just talked about. It looks like they're going to kind of let their bot lanes do their own thing at the moment, which isn't the end of the world for both teams. It does kind of favor Ezreal Lulu in that stage if they're having that 2v2, but we'll kind of see maybe the jungles will pull something different out with their pathing.
We'll do C and D, but both junglers are starting towards that bottom side, so maybe fighting over this bottom or top scuttle indeed. And we'll have to see what type of clears we're going to see out of these junglers. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting Vi to probably rush through to get. She's probably going to finish the Grompier, go over to the red side and get her red buff, and possibly the Krugs, get her level 3 as fast as possible, because that's her big early thing. Rammus might look for something cheesy early on, because it looks like he's going straight across to kind of get the lead on her. He might also be trying to get the scuttle control first, kind of try and track the Vi as much as possible, because definitely Rammus does not want to 1v1 Vi in the jungle.
Yeah, definitely don't want that, but Hex actually taking some big early trades from Saj on the side here, and he's getting those Klepto procs, has himself a mana potion as well. Not being able to connect those Dark Vines isn't going to matter too much here, especially when you're level 1, you're on Twitch, you kind of just want to sit back and scale, and that's fine right now. Just take a little bit of poke. Rammus, though, taking towards the top side.
Yep, he's using that. He actually is going straight there, but Mordekaiser has nothing to get out of this gank with him. He does burn the flash right away, though.
Low in that flash to keep himself alive, not taking any extra unneeded damage. Sensik was not close enough for a counter kick right away. That's going to be a flashless Mordekaiser. It's pretty easy to repeat with this Rammus.
Yeah, Rammus loves an immobile top laner without their flash. He's going to probably just come right back up as soon as possible, but they're actually looking to get involved with the Scuttle Crab at the moment. And Rammus actually went in before his mid laner got there.
And Chanwu gets pulled in. Ocelot Toes already trading on Sensik. He goes solo. The Ignite's down. That's going to be first blood already. Ocelot Toes picking up his first, trying to look for another. Chanwu flashes forward. Just barely out of range for that taunt. He's not able to get it. Maza just traded back. The taunt is there, but I don't know if you're going to be able to get anything out of this tower shot as well. But he's going to be able to roll to safety.
Yeah, and it is kind of bad giving up the first blood to the Silas like that, but at the same time, Rammus wasted his flash afterwards, which is kind of a tool Rammus really does want to have in case he needs to get that extra distance on a gank. And Sensik did not burn his fly.
Yeah, I mean, TP is still available for Maza here. He's trading pretty heavily. The double buffs are there, so plenty of mana to take him down. He wants this fight. No, that's a flashless Swain. No extra trade potential back, but opting to play just a little bit safe. Backing out.
One interesting thing I want to know is that Silas went Conqueror mid. I don't think that's the normal build for it, or the normal rune path for him, is it?
If I were being honest, I would say I don't know. Chanwu, are you going to die to this?
Yeah, he's getting really close. Oh, no!
Oh! He does
right.
have the Gromp, though.
That's true. At least he got something out of it, but that's a little bit embarrassing to have happen in front of everybody.
That's a rough one, I would say. On stream, Unlucky, Chandler, unlucky. He does have that one assist though. No shutdown gold going to Grom that time around.
Yeah, he's just gonna pretend it never happened. He got his full clear. He was just taking the fast way back to his fountain, you know? It's actually 200 IQ.
I mean, you think about it, he did get the Grom, so I don't see any reason not to, right?
Actually, yeah, you probably get back. He probably got back to base faster than if he would have cleared Gromp and based.
This guy might be a genius.
He might actually be the next great jungle.
Chanwu should be going to Academy Worlds, not C9, but here we go. He's going to be coming bot lane instead, looking for the Lulu. Listen, Flash alone. Dark Mining is there. There's nowhere to go. Rather, Sensic has arrived to the fight. Drops of blood, does secure that kill with a poison. Or rather, the Dark. Finally, take that down, and Hex secures that one. It's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, that Vi did a good job getting there in time. Lulu, unfortunately, does still tick down at the very last moment, but they trade 1-for-1, which is really good for what you want to do, and Morgana actually got the kill out of that. Actually, both supports got the kills out of that, so it's kind of a neutral trade.
Goes 1-for-1, both supports on, but you have to think about where that wave's going to come in, and it's going to crash directly into Twitch. A little bit of an advantage of CS for him, but nothing too big.
Yeah, tier just Edgel just finished his tier, so that is a okay start for him at the moment. Usually you want to actually try and get your tier and Sheen at the same time just to keep some lane power, because Twitch is going to go back and probably get his Bilgewater Cutlass, which is going to be actually a pretty huge advantage in this bot lane. And so that they could try and look to leverage that again now that Lulu doesn't have her flash.
Chanwu looking for top lane again, still a flashless Mordekaiser. Hasn't repeated on that one just yet, but he's looking for it. The board is up there, but not able to get anything, and Ocelot Toast just tickling up both mid laners here. Getting that electrocuted proc, but no things to come out of it just yet.
I'm kind of curious to see what build the Mordekaiser goes with. He's sitting on the Ruby Crystal right now, which Mordekaiser has a few different options what he can do. If he wants to go for the Rylai's for the CC. Especially on Garen, that can be a pretty good pick because he can just kind of keep Garen away from him. Or you can go straight for the Rylai's, which is straight for the Leandries, which is a really strong Mordekaiser pick. It just works perfectly for him.
Yeah, on the other side of the map here, though, Smash Barn has been able to secure that first Mountain Dragon of the game, which Dragon has as well. On the other side, look at the Omega 1. He's going hard on Jimrican. No flash available. Not going to give a lift for very long. Demacia Justice to finish him off and securing that kill for the Garen. Put himself up in a little bit more of an advantageous spot. No teleport for Jimrican. Trade on back.
And that is what you want to see when the flash is down. It was just about to come back up, so it's a good thing that Rampage got back up there in time to make use of that, so they can kind of continue to push that lead a little bit. And they're actually getting a lot of damage on the turret, so that's gonna be really fun for the Garen.
They get 2 or 3 plates here. Probably gonna stop after 2. And it looks like Chanwu decides he wants it. The Mega 1 still wants a little bit more, but the Mordekaiser is on his way. It looks like they will be able to pick up 3 plates, so that's an extra, I believe, 460 gold in their pockets.
It's always risky to do math on stream, but you're braver than I am.
I'm gonna get obliterated for that because I don't feel like that was right at all.
One thing about that is what felt really bad about that for the Mordekaiser is losing those 3 plates. But without having teleport, he just had to walk his feet, the big boots of Mordekaiser, back into that top lane. Garen's gonna lose nothing on this base because he can get right back to the lane super quickly. So Mordekaiser is actually a long ways behind at this point.
He tries to go for the brown boots, getting life here. Hold on a second, Frost might be getting that gank in. Here it comes, flash forward. But he's gonna pop out that Demonic Ascension, or Demon Flare rather, trying to chase down Chanwu. Still stealing those souls, but he's completely out of mana. Gonna back off, but surviving the gank once again.
Silas took the ult for himself as well, so they're actually gonna kind of keep him safe from a return gank from Sensic at that point. And the good news for Swain, he didn't burn his flash with that. Trading your ult to survive during a gank is not especially because they burned the flash out of Rammus, so that's actually a pretty decent trade on the side of Smash Barn.
Yeah, pretty good trade. Sensic now is in the middle lane as well. Does have an assault battery, gonna pull him right all the way back in the tower. Actually pulling him back. Ocelot gonna pop the Demonic Flare.
Oh!
To be able to survive. Able to heal. He just barely survives with that Demonic Ascension there as well and gets himself a trade kill. Oh my goodness.
It's like we just talked about, the fact that he stole that ult will keep him safe from the return gank and also Silas's sustain. Oh, he's actually not quite done yet.
Yeah, he has double buffs and he wants more. Gonna get rooted up under the tower though. Ocelot Toes.
Oh!
He can true. And Harazmada that's not how you pronounce that, has taken double buffs back for himself.
Yeah, it's definitely not a friendly name to pronounce, but yeah, Ocelot Toad's got a bit greedy there, which is unfortunate because he's actually going the tank build. He's going straight for the Spirit Passage, which is going to help keep him healthy, but he's not going to be able to push the lead that he had, and now Swain is going to be looking to kind of get ahead of him probably.
Yeah, opting to finish up that Catalyst, as well as pick up that Megatron Cloak, some boost for himself as well, get back to lane, and dodge maybe some of those skill shots that Ocelot Toast has been thrown out. Need to be careful here though, Metal is here, Hex is going to pop into that Soul Shackles, that flash forward, Vine does connect. Tat is there, but still his ultimate. Hex actually gets a trade kill back. Metal's trying to try and get it, but he's not going to be able to. It's a 1 for 2 in favor of Smash Barn and down in the bottom lane.
And that, while both kills did go over to Smash Barn, Twitch did get another kill out of that, and he still has both his summoners, so if he communicates that to his Rammus, they could look to pressure that now that both Drops of Love and Sag do not have their summoners at all. They got nothing to get out with. You hopefully can make advantage of that and push it in the future, but that is kind of a little bit of an oops on the side of iKON.
Yeah, a little bit of oops, not blowing those summoner spells, dodge away from any ultimates, or just taking it right in the face instead. And look at this Swain, he's going to try and put down that damage already, but going in here is Chanwa, does have the flash though, Demonic Ascension does get popped, but Lulu, Drops of Love, has arrived to the fight. Rammus is going to be on the run, gonna pull it back in, what a flash forward! Ocelot Toes might go down, not going to be able to get him just yet, just forcing that flash. But Ocelot Toes can be flashless now, and Mazda still with those double buffs pushing down mid.
Very, very greedy flash there. He was already safe and had burned his ultimate, and he wasn't probably going to get killed there without his without the never move at that point. So it was kind of a bit of a greedy flash there. Just a small mistake on his point, but you know that does kind of show as this lane goes on, Swain is just going to beat Silas 1v1. Even though Silas has a lot of sustain, Swain is just unkillable in a 1v1 for a melee.
Yeah, I mean, in that last fight he had, he only had the Sapphire Crystal. This time around, he has that Catalyst. He has the Megatron Cloak. Able to Hex, you might be in trouble. Gonna pop the zombies, but when there's 4 people around you, you have nowhere to go. Sensei securing that kill for himself. That Tat does come out, or no, it's rather still being held onto. Metal gonna take a lot of extra damage. Ultimate is there. Is gonna be able to connect? No, Metal barely sidestepping that. Still has that flash and heal available. Look for the dive. Might be able to outplay it. Opting to back off and go for this Cloud Drake.
Yeah, that is really good for Smash Barn to get the pick on the support and to get the second Drake already at 12 minutes. Garen's good. They're actually looking to get control of the Scuttle here, but they're not going to get it.
Scuttle, it might be a Rift Herald instead. Demonic Ascension not available to the Swain end. He's taunted. He's got 3 people around it. He has to go. That is going to be the ultimate coming through for the Omega 1, securing that kill for himself.
Ooh.
Not flash over that wall. You are going to be the next to fall. Welcome to the death. Indeed, that's exactly what happens. Chanwu securing that one for himself. Not able to pick up the Herald, but should get a hell of a lot of plate spin.
This is... Both teams are playing to the opposite of their win conditions, kind of. We see Smash Barn focusing on their bot side a lot more, while on the side of iKON, they're looking to... Oh, what? My goodness, what is...
Hold on, Assault Battery. Chanwu gets pushed all the way back in. The kill taken by Sensei, punishing an over-aggression there from Chanwu.
Both teams are getting so greedy, and because what we just saw happen with Swain, he got into that fight, but he didn't have his flash or his ult to sustain any of that or to get out safely. And then we saw Mordekaiser fail his flash over the wall, so that's unfortunate. But then it goes right back the other way when Chanwu goes chasing between 2 towers as 1v1 with a Vi and a Rammus.
A little bit too much does go down for it, but in the end, still a few plates in the mid lane does force it down to 2 remaining, but with another 40 seconds happening, no more plates will remain on any of these towers, and they'll become white fade.
Yeah, but the gold league's about the exact same though, but in this case, what we were talking about during the draft is if the teams stay even, it's probably going to favor iKON, because they have Twitch. He's going to scale, and they're going to be pretty okay with how this goes on. We get into these later game team fights, the messy team fight that Smash Barn is offering might be hard to pull off.
Chanwu's going to be here, he's going to flash in, does get that taunt, Dark Binding doesn't connect, but there are the Soul Shackles, well done. Wild Throws, trying to keep him alive for just a little bit longer. Gaz is going in, he's trying to trade one back on the Hex, but he does get it, but that's 2 kills over to the Twitch. That's not what you need to be handing off.
Yeah, that was very ugly, but it's a battle of being who's greedy right now. But that was really good. Ramus came down and abused the fact that they had no summoner to offer on the side of Smash bot lane. Ezreal did an okay job getting back in there to get a kill for himself, but he didn't have to give any kill there.
Yeah, Trinken gonna take a bit of damage here. Sensei has arrived, has the assault and battery for him, and will be able to walk away from that one safely. But down the bottom side, Metal secures that first tower, and this is putting Twitch in such an advantage.
Twitch is huge, but he did opt to go for the Infinity Edge first. Normally you see people go from Blade of the Ruin King into the Hurricane, but I do believe it's becoming kind of a split decision. You can either do the IE into having the Hurricane, and he's just trusting his team to sustain for him or keep him safe. It is kind of a high risk, high reward build, and so if his team keep him safe, this is going to look really good for Icon.
Yeah, now it does allow him to scale just a little bit quicker as well, picking up that Infinity Edge first and right into the Hurricane, rather than going kind of that board build with a little bit of system there as well. But he has the composition built around him just a little bit. You have the Ramus for protection, you have the Morgana with the Black Shield, and then the Silas can steal anyone's ultimate, and if you need to, steal that little ultimate, steal the Wild Growth, and throw it right on your Twitch.
Yeah, the team fight definitely benefits Icon at this moment here. We are going to get to that kind of little bit of the dead point of the game where both teams are going to decide what they want to do with the fact that there's no Dragon, no Herald. Only one turn's been taken so far. I would like to see Icon send their bot lane to the top lane since there's nothing to do on the bot side of the map right now. But we'll see if they actually go with that direction or not.
Yep, Twitch is moving towards the bottom side with no Dragon up, no Herald either. That will be in a pocket extended. Do have to see where he is going to drop that, as you do have three people from the side of Smash Barn moving down towards bottom side. Lulu's killed on this.
Oh no!
Might run into him. There's Polymorph flashing the bill from Hex, but there's no time for him to blow it. He actually blows it. Soul Shackles are there, but the Salt and Battery finally pick up that kill. Metal, you just might be the next one up. Wanting the Herald, he actually gets interrupted. No, the Herald goes through in time, drops there as well, getting that knockdown. Metal, try and flash away, try and put down as much damage as he can. Here you go, you've got the Ramus rolling on in. You got Silas arriving as well. Oscillate Toes picking up one, and Chandler getting that taunt directly onto the Lulu. He should be the next to fall. Saj just running away, but able to escape this one.
And this kind of comes back to the fact that both teams are actually being super greedy, but the fact that it just keeps it even every single time they have these little trades, it's going to keep favoring Icon. Right there, when they pop that Herald and they've gotten the kill onto Hex, that's a beautiful setup. They can just focus the tower, get some gold onto their bot lane, and be really happy. But then they dove for the Twitch, they didn't get the tower, they didn't get anything out of their Herald. So it's still favoring Icon each time these kind of little skirmishes happen.
Yeah, and every time it happens, and every time Twitch gets a kill or an assist, that's not something you want to see if you're Smash Barn. Right now, you need to put him in a chokehold, starve him out from any resources you possibly can. And that should have been happening from minute one. And it just hasn't happened. Twitch is slowly scaling. At some point, he is going to be that invincible monster we always worry about.
And also, as far as the 4v4 goes, in the top lane, Garen is just smashing Jermican on this Mordecai. There's nothing you can do about it. Garen is sustained, plus his just innate tankiness on the W, which actually just got buffed. Garen is just going to be able to keep pressuring his side wave for free and come down to the 4v4. But without having Mordecai there to kind of steal the Twitch away, to actually get something with that ability of how strong he is, that's going to be kind of look really bad for Smash Barn as this kind of goes later and later.
And indeed, kind of dancing around this dragon right here. This will be the first for iKONIC to pick up if you do opt to take it and secure it, of course. But a fight is brewing around this area. Dragon does get started. Black Shield actually gets blown there from Hex, so he's not going to have it for the next 15-20 seconds. Teleport coming in, Demonic Ascension is there. They're trying to turn over onto the Twain. Rat-a-tat-tat pops. The flash is away. Now for the time being, Demonic Ascension still up. Off, dragging down to 2.5k health. AW for himself will fall back. Come through. Ezra steals the dragon at Saji. He's going to continue the trade on the backside here, but the taunt is going to connect on the Hamazada. He will be the next to fall. Metal securing himself another kill. While you still stole that dragon, it's only going to matter if you're able to pick up his objective. The next target is going to be him. The Dark Spine does connect Saji, just feed in as well. Kevlar ride, he's trying to turn. Chandler gets chunked out. The wild growth is there as well. Metal going so on the other side. He healed to keep alive for just a little bit longer. Still trading back on the other side. The Omega one going solo. Saj going to use that E to engage. Iceborne Gauntlet has the slows and he's able to get the kill. In the end, what a back and forth fight out of these two teams.
Yeah, and basically we come out dead even again, except for the fact that Ezreal was able to steal that Mountain Drake, which is just 3 Drakes at this point in favor of Smash Barn, which is going to be huge for as far as this game scales. We're talking about it's been favoring Icon. The Dragons are a really good way to offset that kind of damage. With double Mountain Drakes, if they can get a chance to get onto the Baron here in a little bit, it could be really strong with them, even though they don't have the best team for it.
Yeah, you need to be careful about that double Mountain. They may not have the best team to shred through this Baron, but the double Mountain still definitely poses a threat. Baron spawns in another 10 seconds, and I expect us to kind of have a situation where we're going to sit for the next 3-4 minutes and play that Baron dance.
Mordekaiser does have his Leandries completed finally, so that can be really strong for taking the Baron. Unfortunately, Mordekaiser hasn't been at any of these 3 dragons, so they haven't been able to make use of his passive to take the dragon and take it down a lane to get some pressure with it. That's a little unfortunate when you're Mordekaiser. You're usually a little upset when you can't get that, make use out of that, but they're still happy with having all 3 Drakes so far.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the steal you get with the Arcane Barrage, just throwing it out and stealing it. I think it was 154 HP when it went down, and able to take that. No smite available from Channel there, I believe.
Yeah, they about overextended on the side of Smash Barn's side, but they were able to turn around. Both teams stayed in the fight a little too long, and Ezreal was able to clean it up with some really good kiting in the back of the team fight. Got himself nice kills and shutdown gold, keeping himself even with the Twitch, which is exactly what they want to do.
X chunked out here a little bit, and Omega 1 able to finish up that tower with the Demolish proc. Does have a black cleaver, and looks like what he's working for is a Tiamat. Interesting build path here for the Garen.
Yeah, looking for like the Tiamat, the Titanic Hydra, which is, I mean, not the end of the world. Garen does like HP and attack damage, but Garen's, you know, his spin to win is all you need to clear a wave. You don't really need to rely on a Tiamat to do that for you, but maybe he's just looking to get as much health points and damage as possible because he's going to rely on his W for the additional defenses.
Dark Mining does connect there onto the Ezreal, but no extra follow-up, and we have 5 in the mid lane here. We're looking for an ARAM more. Metal is invincible, looking for a spot to open up, but I think we're just going to be a wave clear battle for the time being.
Hey, Garen's bringing his Tiamat. He's like, hey guys, I'm here. I'm helping. I can clear the wave.
Yeah, he gets one Tiamat proc and then spins to win on it, so...
It's, you know, maybe he has a plan, you know, maybe he's got something he wants to, maybe he has a plan he wants to go with for this. On the side, I would like to see him build some more magic resist, maybe a Spirit Visage or something like that, because there's a lot of magic damage coming out on the side of Smash Barn, but maybe we'll go that 3rd item on his side. We'll see where he wants to go with that on the side, because he definitely wants to keep pushing this advantage that he has over the Mordekaiser. As long as you keep Mordekaiser down, Mordekaiser will have no effect in these team fights.
Yeah, now this Ezreal here as well is at 640 stacks on the tier. He's nearing that 750 threshold where it transforms into the Animute. And that is such a big power spike for Ezreal. That's what they're waiting for at this moment, I believe, Smash Barn. That's exactly what they should be. They have lost this early game a little bit. You can come back in that mid game when your Ezreal hits that big power spike.
And he is going to look like he's going to Blade the Rune King build, which we've seen come back out again now that the double tier is gone. And this is going to go really well with the fact that they could be looking to do this Baron at some point here soon. Mordekaiser Leandries with Ezreal having the Blade the Rune King here shortly. That's going to make it a really fast take.
And continuing to push out these waves, we're just seeing nothing but a wave clear battle. 23 minutes in, Baron's still on the table, and Dragon spawning here shortly. It will be if I can control the camera, it won't let me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to tell you until it spawns. But Dragon spawning here shortly as well.
Yeah, we'll see what it is here shortly. I do believe that's what Smash Barn is doing right now. They're just letting, they're actually sending Swain up to the top lane to deal with the Garen. He's probably a little better. And they're probably just kind of going to hang around the dragon. They're just going to play to that. That's be their win condition. They decide, you know what, we're just going to keep getting the dragons. We got better wave clear in mid right now. They can't clear our waves. They're just going to keep poking this turret. And they're actually looking to get some here.
Chanmu is really chunked out. Arcane Barrage comes out but doesn't connect. Ocelot Ties does have that Mordekaiser ultimate available, and he does throw it onto the Ezreal, but nothing to come out of it just yet. Ocelot Ties going solo. He gets finished off. That's Ezreal with one already. Rat-a-tat-tat is shredding through the front line, but not enough damage is there. He's got so many stacks, there's so many people, but Ocelot Ties is going to be the one tanking for the side here of Smash Barn. They're shredding apart this side here. You have Sesnick with that flank on the back. Drops a love, flashes forward. He gets a double kill for himself, goes down, but in the end, Smash Barn is able to pick up that huge team fight win and 2 towers, and looks like he disbanded.
Yep, and they're gonna get the Ocean Drake, it looks like, which is huge. Ezreal, Swain, Mordekaiser, they all love having Ocean Drake on their side here. It definitely offsets the cost they use to have these team fights. But yeah, that was a bit of a yikes on the side of iKON. I'm not quite sure what Rammus was doing so far forward in the lane to allow himself to get picked off that way, which just set up that horrible chain of events.
That Ocelot Ties goes down so early there as well. He steals the Mordekaiser ult and tries to throw it onto the Ezreal, but that tick damage is not enough to kill him when he is so protected with the Lulu behind him. There's more than enough wild growth there as well, and Sesnick is able to get that huge flank off as well, securing himself 2 kills in the process. He's getting quite big with that Trinity Force.
And German finally got his dragon. He's a little happy now. He finally able to get a dragon and take it, do exactly what you want to do with Mordekaiser. Take a dragon, take the ghost, exactly, and get a turret with it. So that's 3 turrets out of nowhere for him, and another Drake, and a 3k gold lead, which that's what they want to see.
We're taking a little bit of damage from the Baron as he sneaks on by. Cinderhulk's procking it, but not going to matter in the long run here. And right now, we just need to keep an eye on this Twitch. He's hit that 2-item power spike with the Infinity Edge, Arudan's Hurricane, but I don't think it's enough. I think he needs to hit 3 items before he becomes really relevant in that team fight. He had plenty of time in that previous team fight to auto attack and get that damage down with that rat-a-tat, with the spray and pray, but not enough to secure himself some kills. And there we go. Smash Barn last here. They do pull the Garen back on in there. It's 4v1. You don't have much to survive. The wild growth is there to keep himself alive. Drops love, gets that knocked up there as well. Our Arcane Barrage traded back there from Ocelot Ties. While there are still been a few ultimates traded back, ultimate comes through. So battery does connect. The Black Shield was a bit too late. Metal goes down, and Saj is on a healing spree. He looks for another. Sesnick picks up Chanmu, and the next one to go down will be Hex. That's Ezreal chasing him down. Drops a love, secures that one, and this should be the Baron.
And it's going to go down super fast. They've had everything set up perfectly for this moment. Smash Barn is doing an incredible job playing to their comps. In that moment right there, Swain landing his demonic vision on both Hex and Metal on the side of iKON, that just set it up perfectly to get that clean up that team fight.
And the Omega one just a little bit too far up, a little bit too out of position. They're trying to get these deep wards in the enemy jungle, but you are not far enough that you're able to do that. They need to punish for it quickly and securely. And look for this middle lane inhibitor. All 5 have respawn, so do need to be careful, but they have such a gold lead. They have the Baron as well. I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to contest it. Looks like the side, though, of Smash Barn is going to walk away. They have a lot of gold unspent, and can opt to do that instead.
Garen finally just bought himself a little bit of cloth armor on his side here. One really bad thing is he built entirely to deal with the Mordekaiser, but then he's trying to group, and he got caught by the Ezreal and the Vi. He has no armor outside of his W passive to save him from that damage, so that's why he got blown up so heavily there. And right now, they're just doing a beautiful job of getting as many turrets and as much gold out of this Baron as possible.
Yeah, gold lead just slowly building higher and higher, about 8,000 right now. It's such a dominating game so far. We saw a little bit of a shaky early game with it being traded back and forth, but Ezreal hit that power spike, is able to pick out that Mermana, and he looks like what he's working toward right now would be that Luden's Echo as well. He's on those 3 items. Twitch needs to get there. Twitch needs to be in the point where he is relevant, but he is just completely irrelevant at the moment. Garen is not big enough of a front line for iKONIC to survive and put that damage down the front line with opting for that Titanic Hydra. I'm not sure exactly what the side of iKONIC needs to do.
At this point, they just need to get their vision down and look to get some picks on the fact that Smash Barn has a more squishier comp. Definitely don't look to get on the Swain, but on the Mordekaiser, the Vi, the Ezreal, the Lulu was one of these soft and squishy champions on the other side. They do need to look to get them picked off. They do have Morgana, they do have Rammus, they do have Silas, which are really good at picking people off, but they have no control of the vision right now. They have a couple wards on their side here, but it's just enough to keep themselves safe. They don't have any idea where Smash Barn is coming from right now.
And this is fantastic from Smash Barn as well. They're setting the Swain to the mid lane Toshi. And even though he only has that 129 KDA, playing pretty well. Chandler getting chunked out so heavily. You got Baron main together with Redemption. You got the Arcane Barrage coming down as well. And he's going to take himself on Mordekaiser Clone. It's going to be a 6v4 if they want to take it to the fight here. And we're eating that Dark Binding for it.
Yeah,
That's
maybe Chanwoo's tilted from that Gromp killing him at some point because he's just been getting picked off during these fights every single time. I haven't seen him actually be able to initiate a single thing this entire game, which is definitely not what we want to see out of Rammus. And actually, the Omega one, they're just kind of taking turns being a little too far forward one at a time.
Yeah, running it one after another. This is an inhibitor you 100% have a give up. You're 6v4, respectively, and then you have those 3 Baron Cannon minions. That is deadly to any tower it comes near. You need to back off, let them take those 2 inhibitors, and reset, and hopefully get that gold back in, pull your mental together, and get something off.
They can still look to get a pick here or something like that. This is kind of, you know, we talked about they do have the team fight if they can pull it off correctly, but at this point when you got 5 Drakes on the favor of Smash Barn and you got 2 inhibs down and it's only 30 minutes in and you're down 8k gold, I'm gonna be pretty sure at this point Smash Barn should be able to close it out. At least ideally we'd like to see them close it out.
Yeah, and if they actually don't close it out within the next 10 minutes, and they secure the next dragon, that is going to be a 6th dragon Elder Drake. There's absolutely no chance for iKONIC to come back if they give that one up, but this game definitely should be ended a lot sooner than we expect. That Baron is up, they have those 5 dragons, the double Cloud, the single Ocean, the double Mountain, respectively, but there's still so much possibility for them to rotate, and still have almost 10,000 gold lead.
Yeah, and all Smash Barn has to do at this point is just gather in the top lane. They don't have Baron anymore, but they don't need to worry about pushing the other lanes. Both, you got super minions coming down the mid lane, you got super minions coming down the bot lane. There's no real good wave clear outside of Garen and his Titanic. He might be able to clear waves a little bit on his side here, but he needs to be at the front line with how beefy he is. They don't have anything to really stop any of the pressure that's coming out.
Yeah, if you're iKONIC right now, you need to give this tower right here. Holding this is going to do absolutely nothing for you. Fight on the Nexus, or not the Nexus tower, the inhibitor tower. The top lane inhibitor tower is where you need to engage. It's an all or nothing right now. Look for that engage with the Rammus. Get a Twitch flank, something along those lines. He has that ability. All these summoner spells are up. That's exactly what's happening. Rammus looking for the flank here. Omega one's getting chunked out. Huge flash in with the soul check. He does go gold. This could be a huge run in a huge fight. Nobody is losing any health. Shots already taken down the Chosen One. X going to be the next to go down. Chanru, you've got nowhere to go. That's going to be secured finally. No, the other side. That's going to be an ace for Smash Barn. And that will be game number 1 going over to that.
Yep, that was definitely beautifully executed on the side of Smash Barn's side. They started off a little bit rocky there, but they played to their win condition, they played to the advantages in the bot lane, and just did a good job of getting control of the objectives to turn it into a win.
Yeah, after a little bit of a shaky early game with kills being traded back and forth, they're able to just snowball the rest of the game and punish those small mistakes we saw out of the Rammus, out of the Garen, and as well out of the Sylas. They take one step too far, one step too back, and they get punished for it and killed. And in the end, able to build the gold lead slowly off of that 1 by 1 and take us to game number 2.
One thing I would like to see on the side of iKON is they didn't actually play anything. Their comp went fine, but they just made small mistakes. You know, if they can clean up how they played their win conditions and actually control how they actually want to play the game, they should have a more successful time in game 2.
Yeah, but with that, we're going to go to a quick break. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with game number 2.
pick me up again. Obsidian is the color of my mind, and you think you can save me from myself. Everything I touch, I grow.
If I say goodbye, then make me alive, make me alive. My heart's heating up, 'cause love is on fire, love is on fire, on fire. Ooh, if I say goodbye, then make me alive, make me alive. If I say goodbye, then make me alive, make me alive. My heart's heating up, 'cause love is on fire, love is on fire, on fire. Ooh, if I say goodbye, then make me alive, make me alive. Show me all your innocence. I'm holding up for one last time. We seem so much better than I just left for far too long. I couldn't hold you close. I couldn't let you go. Was hard as hell back home. tired. When I close my eyes, disconnected and tired. I see shots fired. It's shots fired. I was wrong, but I made it right. You came begging day and night. I don't wanna hit the bottom. Don't go out of your state of mind. I've been counting 1 to 10. I'll be back when you begin. With my music together again. I see. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. I see. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. And I know you keep asking me. Flames and fire. I know you are done with me. It's just fired. I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. I see you go down. Yeah, I see you just fired.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that got screwed up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My Cat's I'm here with the one and only lovely Gold Line, and we're bringing you Smash Barn and iKONIC Smash Barn up 1-0 in the series right now after a little bit of a shaky early game, but they dominate in that mid and late.
Thank you very much, Cats. And we already see the pick and ban starting off a little bit similar. They already start with the Darius target ban to begin off with.
Taking away that Darius, you know, you said there's 3 players on the side of iKONIC that know how to play it, so no reason not to take it away right there, especially when it's just such a powerful pick, especially in a kind of a silver and gold league. It's something you'll see a lot more often until you go to, say, you know, a Masters Challenger Plus League. Will be the Ezreal taking away. Not going to let Sag 5 have it this game, though.
Yeah, they probably decided, you know, we thought we could shut down the Ezreal, but turns out he's still pretty strong if you can't get on top of him. And that's what happened, and they got destroyed by it. But now they're taking away the Vayne as well. You mentioned the last pre-draft. She's just busted right now. She's super strong at 2 items. You don't want to deal with her.
Yeah, and the biggest thing about Vayne as well is it's not 3 items like all these champions. It's 2 items. You get that Rage Blade, you get that Blade of the Rune King, and you get the double blocks on your Silver Bolts, and you get the double blocks on that Bork passive. So it's just so detrimental to your front line, to your team, to everything else. And with that ultimate, with the ability for these players to just use those mechanics, make it a mechanic show for us. That's such a good ban. And our other 2 bans here from iKONIC will be that Aatrox and Vi. And lastly, from Smash Barn, we'll be taking away that Warwick.
Yep, they don't want to deal with the Vi either. That amount of engage was really rough for them to deal with. It's not, you can't be peeled, and they didn't play around shutting her down early, so they don't want to deal with it now. So on this side though, Smash Barn is just going to take away Rek'Sai though, who's, you know, one of the top 3 junglers there is right now.
Yeah, Rek'Sai is actually such a good jungler. I love this power pick. It's exactly what you're wanting to see out of a team composition. in the early stages, and there's not too many counter picks for it in the jungle as well, especially ones that are particularly meta. On the other side, iKONIC is going to opt to pick up that Leona. Very aggressive blind pick here. Not something you're going to see too often is a Leona first pick. You're usually going to wait for that counter, because there's so many options that Smashbarn can react with. You have a Janna, you have a Thresh, you have an Alistar, all things that could deny Leona's Lewis and Blade from ever going in.
And they're going to take Kha'Zix, which is a really good follow-up for Leona, especially in the bot lane, the level 2, level 3. If Kha'Zix can get there early and make use of that, it's very strong. And I love Leona. It's one of my favorite supporters. But I would never blind pick it. Like, you're setting yourself up to have a really rough time if Smashbarn takes anything like a Nami, Thresh, there's an Alistar, and the Kalista. Kalista can just hop away from you. So it looks like Smashbarn is deciding they don't want to deal with the Leona. They're going to dance around it.
Yeah, and we do have the Kalista pick here from Smashbarn. It is a champion we have slowly seen research. And, you know, with the powerful pick, with being able to have that rend for securing objectives, and of course just running down the enemy, and especially shredding through a front line, there's the Thresh we talked about, using that Flade to get rid of that Lewis and Blade. And even if you're good enough, throw out that Death Sentence, predict it, and get that play off. And so much protection for this Kalista already with the Rek'Sai around her and the Thresh Lantern. On top of that, you have the Fate's Call for your own self-peel with that ultimate. There's so much opportunity out of this. Finally, the pick for iKONIC will be Caitlyn. Very interesting combination with a Leona, where you are 100% going to be denied from ever engaging.
Kate definitely does have some good synergy with Leona. If Leona can lock him down correctly, that gives Kate enough time to set up a fresh trap right below their feet and get them trapped down as well for that bonus headshot damage. But you're never gonna get on the Kalista and Thresh. If Smashbarn plays their comp correctly or plays bot lane correctly, there's gonna be no deaths on their side early on.
Yeah, definitely. And on the side here from Smashbarn, they are opting to take away that Stylus, not on that comfortable champion once again. And the similar stance from iKONIC will be the Yasuo and Renekton. We'll have to see what this final ban is here for Smashbarn.
Yeah, they definitely do not want to deal with either of those champions. Renekton is a very strong lane bully. He can dominate the lane very early and set up your team to have a really fun time in the top area of the map, especially with the Conqueror. Yasuo, that's a bit of an interesting one. I didn't see any of these players play a lot of Yasuo. Maybe they know something we don't know about what's going on here about her Ramzada. And also, Yasuo is a bit of a flex pick. He can technically go top or middle. We know he's not going to be going bot lane with the Kalista, but something they don't want to deal with apparently.
Captain going to be taking away that Kayle as well. Great final ban. Kayle is just so strong right now. Once she hits that level 11, once she hits around that level 16 area, she's practically unstoppable. You have the Rage Blade, usually out for Infinity Edge or Phantom Dancer or something of the sorts, and you can just run down. Your wave clear is ridiculous. Even if you're from far behind, you can clear Baron minions that are Baron super minions. Thank you. Myself. Baron super minions are just so strong. Be there as well, and Kayle can just completely wave clear. On the other side, we're going to see that Orianna pick, and looking for a little bit more of a wombo combo. Maybe have that ball on top of Kha'Zix as he jumps in, or the Leona as she looks for an 8.
And Smashbarn is going with the Swain Mordekaiser again. They did have the flex, or they did see it was Orianna, so Swain was a bit of a flex, but I mean they had to bring out their top laner no matter what. Anyways, they had to show both, and they're opting to blind pick Mordekaiser again. So iKONIC should know that it's going to be a top lane Mordekaiser, it's going to be a mid lane Swain, because that's just what they played, and they do take the Gnar against it, which Gnar has a really good time against Mordekaiser. We should see Omega beat him again, hopefully 1v1 at that point, because that's a terrible matchup for Mordekaiser.
Yeah, it's probably just going to see him beat him down with the range advantage. It'd be too fun, and this could be kind of a changing point, a different point in the game. You see Ocelot toes on something a little bit more conservative with that Orianna. You do have the Gnar, which is going to give you the winning lane in the top lane for iKONIC. The only really losing lane you have is that bottom lane with that Rek'Sai, or sorry, not Rek'Sai, the Thresh and Kalista, which just inherently has such a powerful strength down the bottom side. Do have to see how it's going to play out here in the game.
One unimportant thing I would love to note though is they did take the Blood Moon combination on the side of Smashbarn's bot lane, so they got the Skinergy, so that's already another thing that's in their favor. They got that, they're on the same page from start to finish.
Yep, and Pretty important to note, though, on the side of Smash Barn, your Kallista's going to be running that Halo Blades instead of Lethal Tempo. That shows me that she wants to be a little bit more aggressive in this lane and look to punish it a bit more. Because those are going to be your first 3 auto attacks that have that very, very enhanced attack speed. But that's really important on Kallista. You're able to get those Ren stacks, those spears directly into your enemy and pull them out as soon as possible.
It is a very strong choice against Leona as well, because Leona only has her 1 combo on rotation, so you're going to be taking those kind of short fights over and over again each time she tries to go in and take those trades, so it's definitely the stronger of those 2 rune choices. Leona did just get buffed. Her E cooldown is much shorter. Actually, some Leonas are starting to max that first now to get the cooldown down to the 3 seconds at max rank, so she's definitely a lot better at consistently getting her combos off, but Kallista still has a pretty good time with the Halo Blaze to dance around that. So I still see the bot lane favoring Smash Barn to begin with, but you never know. Kha'Zix can have a really strong impact on lanes no matter what their setup is.
Yeah, and there's especially the possibility here, bot lane for iKONIC. They have that Caitlyn and Leona. If Leona's able to get a stun, you're able to combo that up with a trap as well. So much damage being thrown down directly into your target, you can get that a kill pretty quickly. But still, on the side of Smash Barn, there's so much peel with that Thresh. It's gonna be pretty hard.
And right now we just see Orianna and Swain having a little bit of dancing on their side, just having a bit of a dance off, seeing who can get a little fancier on their side. Starting opposite sides of the jungle this time, so it does look like Kha'Zix does want to play to his bot side a little more, or he might be going for a cheesy level 2 play at the moment. Rek'Sai is going a lot more standard, we see here. She's probably going to look to keep her Mordekaiser safe. Rek'Sai doesn't want Gnar to get too much of an advantage early, so that could be actually really smart pathing on the side of Smash Barn. I would like to see Shanwu make strong advantage of the Kha'Zix early game. Kha'Zix is probably the only jungler right now who can beat Rek'Sai early on.
Yeah, and that could be pretty crucial as well. But you do have Shanwu opting for a full clear on the top side, so he will have that protection with Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai moving over to those Raptors and finishing them as well. So it does look like he might go for a vertical jungle or maybe just that first scuttle, but moving down towards that bottom side.
Yeah, maybe he's already banking on Kha'Zix doing something cheesy on the top side of their jungle, so he's just going for that bot lane scuttle to get his level 3 as much as possible. Bot lane already, though.
Here, that is Leona going solo. Brenda's there. She's going to have to... X is going to be flashless, but a great abuse of that level 2 advantage here.
Yeah, they got level 2 and they went in right away. Kallista, Thresh level 2, that's very strong, and so they are able to burn that flash, which is super good to prevent Kha'Zix from being able to affect this lane as much easily. They should be able to control this lane a lot more early on. We did see Kha'Zix, he cleared his Krugs and he immediately had the base, so he's actually way behind pace of Rek'Sai right now.
Yeah, behind pace and down a level as well, level 3, level 2. Granted, experience is pretty negligible in this early game unless you're coming down to a brawl and they're not too close to each other just yet. You have to still be careful because Rek'Sai's got a very, very full and clear right now.
Yeah, and Sensei didn't even lose his top side for that since Kha'Zix had to go straight base. Kha'Zix is still going to pick up his blue. He's going to look to make a play on the bot side here, but Rek'Sai definitely has the early tempo advantage.
And you need to be careful because Kallista can go pretty big here. The trap is going to be there. Mix is down already. Death Sentence is there. Where is Kha'Zix? Shanwu, where did you go? Hex is going to go down. That Ignite takes down from Drops of Love, but Shanwu, I guess, just didn't get the message, or maybe these players just weren't on the same page.
Yeah, I thought that was going to go very smoothly for them. I saw Hex go in, then I looked up and Kha'Zix was walking back towards his top side, so I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure he messed up the blast plant, potentially, or what happened there, because, yeah, he looked like he was coming that direction, but he just stopped coming, and Leona had no flash once he went in.
Yeah, but that's a bit of a communication issue. Maybe we'll get that sorted out, but in the end, that's going to be a kill going over to Drops of Love, as well as that first blood. It does go over to the Thresh, though. It will not be on that AD carry. Either way, it's going to allow them to continue to slowly build this CS lead on the other side.
Yeah, and right now we also see even CS as far as the top lane goes, and it is pushing into Mordekaiser for the moment, so he's going to be pretty happy about that as well. Now, while...
Sensei's here, he's gone for the gank to jump away, doesn't get the bounce. Mega 1 goes solo, 1 flash, and that could spell his death.
Oh,
but he's able to survive on such low HP.
So close, and he did have to burn the flash for that, so that is going to give Sensei some time to get back to the lane and take abuse of that. Gnar is a little bit safer. Obviously he was able to get his double bounce to get out of there safely, but still being down flashless, it does make it that much harder to put pressure onto the Mordekaiser, who's perfectly safe.
Yeah, and right now, you know, we kind of saw it last game with, actually it was on the other side. Germican did not have that flash, but we're seeing it kind of mirrored this game. No flash for that top laner instead this time. See if he's going to be able to repeat that gank and look to punish a flashless Gnar.
And while Thresh did get the first blood in the bot lane, he's already able to get his tier 2 support item on top of the medallion and get his boots, which boots are huge for Thresh. It gives you the ability to walk up and play someone into before using your hook. That feels really bad in the lane, especially when you're a melee tank. So definitely Thresh is one of the 2 supports that if he gets first blood, it's really good for him to take advantage of it. They're already up 1k actually.
And now they are hard shoving down in the bot side. What I'd like to see is them to opt for a freeze and zone Caitlyn away from as much CS as possible. They're not going to be able to walk up into you as long as you do hold that death sentence. And if Hex goes in with that Luescent Blade, he's just going to fall. Kha'Zix is here, though. He's going to jump over that wall. Blast count is there. Hex is going to be the one to engage already. Luescent Blade is going to be there. Roll the trap connect. He's rooted up. Might be able to get that auto attack. The headshot comes through, pulling him right back on the way out. Rek'Sai has arrived to the fight. He's going to fly forward. Chanwu is going so low. Not going to be able to get the kill. Drop club, flashes forward. Hex is going to be the next to go down. Metal, you have nowhere to go. No flash for you. Trying to get a trade kill onto the Kalista, but he will go down. Almost getting the trade kill, but a double kill for Senzik and dominating themselves in the lead.
Yeah, that started off so well, but the fact that they just didn't layer their CC as Caitlyn and Leona together at the exact same time, that did give Saj enough time to flash out.
Go and flash. I think Omega 1's dead. He might take away from the ultimate trade. Hurricane looking for that flash auto attack, or that last auto attack rather, and rather he's gonna finish that kill. Right now, a dominating game from Smashmart, 5-0 lead, 6 minutes in.
And right before 7 minutes, they get the Ocean Drake as well, so Gnar's supposed to be winning this top lane. And Mordekaiser now has the ability to spam his spells non-stop because he has the Ocean Drake now. He can just shove a wave in, back off, heal up, do the same thing again, and I don't think Omega's gonna be able to touch him for a little bit after doing that.
And he's backing on a blasting wand right now, so most likely gonna pick up some extra AP there as well, and continue to cement his lead in the top side. And Senzik with a great counter gank down bot side. Saj and drops it up, able to survive for so long to stall it out, so he's able to get that counter off. Goodness.
And Jermican is looking to finish the Rylai's this time. He did go for the Landry's in the first game. This game he's going to go for the Rylai's, which is a lot better in the fights where you're going to get poked or you're worried about getting kited. That helps a lot with that.
Connect, Senzik gets down on the bot side. Hex might be the next one in trouble. Goes in, they on Metal. Gonna try and put some extra damage out on him. No flash available, but the heal is there. Gonna try and heal. No, not even using it, just accepting his fate and going down. Still 6-0.
And that's a wise decision. The heal probably wasn't going to save him. The Rek'Sai had the full rage bar. The Conqueror had procced at that point. Disgusting amount of damage already. She already has her Caulfield Hammer on the side of Rek'Sai and just unlocked her magical boots as well. So probably a good idea to hang on to the heal, save it for next time. Hopefully it'll be a little more useful for you. But it's already 4k gold in 8 minutes in this game. It is snowballing very hard, very quickly.
And this is what we talked about a little bit in that Champions fight with the Rek'Sai pick. It is so strong. It is so prevalent right now in the meta, and it's got next to no counter picks. You have the Kha'Zix, but he has not been able to do much after kind of losing that tempo race, after having to back after those Krugs. Kind of bit him in the ass a bit.
Just a little bit, because yeah, he's just behind on every single play here, and now
Ocelot Toes, you're not able to connect the shock. They're trying to flash away, but there as well. Ocelot Toes going to go down. Harmazada picking up his first kill of the game.
Things are just kind of falling apart at the moment. Ocelot missed the ult there, messed up the flash, and then panicked with the heal after that at that point, and just Haramzad did have to burn both his summoners and his ult to get that kill, but that is just free gold for him. 1v1 kills are huge no matter what game you're in.
Yeah, that able to cement himself maybe a little bit more, shoving in that wave. Yes, Hex connects here. Hex might be the next one to go down. Nope. Back in with play, but Kiting Bolt. Those fears of him, pulling him right back out, securing himself finally his first kill of the game.
And that's kind of what we talk about, you know, they did blind pick Leona. Oh,
what a death sentence connecting onto it. Metal, you're going to be the next one to fall. Drops of love, stealing away his third kill.
And that's a danger when you're picked. Like, a lot of people think that support is just kind of whatever as far as games go, or whatever your pick is. No, support picks matter a lot. So they opted in for the Leona, who's an all-in champion who wants to have the advantage of lane and constantly put pressure on the enemy team. But they got counterpicked extremely hard and are getting punished so much by the Thresh.
Yeah, and this Callisto Thresh is just such a good option into it. And, you know, you have this Swain once again. Ocelot Toe's going for something a bit more conservative. He doesn't have to engage as much, but he's been caught out so many times. You can see the damage come through from the Swain. Senzic's gonna Ultimate's gonna be there. One auto attack plus. He secures himself his 4th kill. 10-0 right now in favor of Smashbar.
Yeah, we're looking at over 6k gold in 10 minutes. This is definitely a major smash, but that doesn't mean the game's quite over yet. We've all been in these games, we've all seen these games where a team gets a super big lead, they get a little cocky, things can come back. With this comp, they do have the Orianna, they do have the Leona. If that team fight combo pops off, that still buys them a chance to actually get back into this game. It is still pretty early.
Right now, if you're the bot lane, just walk up. If you're Saj, just walk up, click R. They have absolutely nothing they can do versus Lister. The wave is shutting in. They're gonna be able to farm up. Hold on a second, Chan Wu might be in trouble. No flash available for Rasta, but he does have those boots to help him speed up a little bit. The ultimate gonna come out from Chan Wu for giving that speed up.
They do trade ults there, but that's just scary. With one never move and an electrocute, that's almost half their HP right there.
Flash available for Metal. He's gonna try and flash away. Gonna use that net as well. Flashes as well. Doesn't still doing so much damage. Look at that ultimate damage coming. Seznik killed that one. Saj able to pick up his 2nd, and we're just seeing a stomp.
Yeah, like I'm trying to do my best here and thinking of ways that they can get back in the game. I was talking about the way they could, iKONIC could work to get their game, or hang on to it, but they're just getting crushed at the moment. 0-4 for both the bot laner and the support, and now they're going on Ocelot Toes again.
He has nowhere to go. There's no point in even trying to trade back. No flash, no heal. Drops love, just walks right on up. He blows the shockwave, but Seznik a little bit too tanky, even though he doesn't have really many tank items at all.
Yeah, and this is just giving them plates across the map here, and now they're setting up to get the air drake as well, which the air drake in the mid game is huge. Oh.
Chanwu might be the next one caught out. Essence doesn't connect. Tries to predict it. Good job on that. But not able to connect on it. Cloud Dragon will be secured here. No one around to smite it. Actually not connecting the smite. That says thing, but let's gladly pick that one on up.
Both Rek'Sai, who is still sitting on her magical boots, she hasn't even had to upgrade those yet. As soon as she gets those upgraded, the Thresh on the Moby boost, the Cloud Drake is huge. And Mordekaiser, Jermican kind of threw me for a loop here. He actually did decide to go for the Leandries instead. So maybe he decided, we're so far ahead in this game, I don't need to worry about kiting the Gnar at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and go full damage and have fun because my team is going to carry me.
Yeah, it feels like that a little bit. He's got a level advantage, but it doesn't matter too much. Gnar should hit that soon, but if you look at all this damage, this tower's going to drop at 13 minutes. Demolish procs there as well, and with Saj, that tower will go down 13 minutes into this game. First tower being dropped. Metal and Hex combined are 0-8. That's kind of the thing you see in solo queue. You hit tab and your bot lane's just inting.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you're immediately, you're not playing the game anymore, you're just typing more than you're playing and trying to think of any reason to blame your bot lane. But every lane is just having a hard time right now. Even Gnar who's supposed to be winning the 1v1. We saw him lose that 1v1 earlier, and just ever since then, he's just getting pushed down.
Ultimate there, securing himself a little Gnar for. But in the end, we've actually seen Seznik with interesting usage of ultimate in this game. Usually that you follow up after you ultimate with that Void Rush, but Seznik's just been engaging with the Void Rush. He's been jumping in, and he is so strong enough that it doesn't matter. 5-0 and 4, that Warrior Chain's finished, an extra longsword by his side, just able to run over this team.
He just full bought a Black Cleaver on Rek'Sai. Just full buy. That's 20% cooldown all of a sudden on top of the armor shred. Still doesn't, but still doesn't upgrade boots. He decided, I don't need boots at this point. I'm just gonna use my ult to close the gap on everybody, and that's just huge. That just shows how far ahead he is. Kliss is already sitting on her Blade of the Ruin King, working toward that Hurricane. Kate hasn't even got boots yet, or she hasn't finished the Infinity Edge or the boots at this point. I'm pretty much in all 5 categories. They're a little bit behind on the side.
a little bit behind everywhere. And, they take that bot lane tower, they're rotating mid. Those plates have dropped, so these towers just like paper. And the first one in the middle lane already has dropped. FC Sag, he is out for blood, does get that slow, the flash forward, death sentence, but Chanwu able to jump away from that one.
Yeah, he was lucky to get out of that. Didn't have to burn anything to really get away from that, and Thresh did burn the flash forward, but at this point, they're kind of allowed to take these plays. Thresh is most likely not going to get punished for having flash. Oh no!
Void Rush is there, holding him up, nice trap to keep himself alive for the time being, walking to another trap. Metal might be able to outplay this, another trap to go down. 90 caliber net I think is available, but Metal nowhere to go. Finally does go down. Chanwu gonna be the next target. Fate's Call gonna connect him as well. You have nowhere to go. The Ren's pulling it back. Sag picking up his third kill of the match.
And that's one of the things.
0.
Metal actually did a pretty good job of trying to outplay that, but the fact that Metal just now finished their IE, they were still sitting on the components during that fight. If he had a full IE and had maybe a boots or his Berserker Greaves at that point, he actually probably would have won that 1v1. So that kind of just shows you when you're this far down, even if you're at the point of the game where even if you do the correct things, it might be too late. The team might just have the sheer stats alone that they're safe.
Oh no, ultimate there from X. Doesn't get anyone trying to punish Sag for being out of that tower, but so far it's not enough. Omega 1, you're in a dangerous spot as well. The shield's going to be there from Oriana. Keep in mind, longer Death Sentence still does connect onto Ori. She might have a shockwave blind up. Be careful of that as well. You have everybody collapsing. You need to watch out for Jermican. The Death Sentence doesn't connect here either. Ocelot Chosen needs to look for something. Mordekaiser is on the backside. Says on the right side here as well. That will start to chin all that back. Isn't gonna finish it, I don't believe. Death Sentence goes a little bit wide once again. Mega 1 very near that Mega Narb. Be careful of that. You get that on top of a shockwave. This could be the turning point for iKONIC, and it's exactly what they need right now. Gonna go in, gonna get the Mega Narb. That's 2 into the wall. Getting a lot of damage down. The shockwave is not there in time. Trying to get it. That's gonna be 3 pulled into the shockwave, but it's not gonna be enough. 2 people already going down for iKONIC. That's gonna be a 3rd. That's a 4th, and that's an ace for the side of Orange. My goodness.
I don't think there's really much more to say at the point. Icon actually hit everything. They just don't have anything at this point. They're just so far behind that they couldn't do anything. And actually, we do have a disconnect.
No, they FF, so Smashborn will take this series 2-0. 17 minutes in off of an FF. I guess Icon just accepting they're way too far behind and make a comeback. That middle inhibitor was about to drop there as well. 16,000 gold deficit when this game ends. My goodness.
Almost 17 minutes, 16k gold down. That's actually probably the most one-sided match I think I've ever seen, which feels bad. But maybe they're just trying to save their mental a little bit for future weeks, because that does feel really bad. That is gonna put them at 2-1 now. That's gonna put that's gonna put Smashborn at 4-0. So Smashborn is leading the group. This is part of the best team for that group there is, and we do see a little bit of why that's happening, because they took their leads and they just snowballed it. It's completely different from the first game. They didn't make any mistakes. They didn't make any greedy trades. They played calm early. They got their small leads and they just turned those into big leads and just dismantled Icon this game.
Yeah, well, congratulations for them to picking up a quick 2-0 victory. On top of that, that will move them to, I believe, 4-0 in the standings.
It does, yep. It puts them at 4-0, and that puts Icon at 2-1. So, not going to change the standings very much from what I saw in their division. Actually, let me get pulled back up here real quick. Yeah, they're going to be at 4-0. Icon is still going to be in the upper part of their group, so they probably should feel. Hopefully, they don't take this too bad. Hopefully, they can take some time to actually. Actually, you might not even look at this game. This is one of those games that's actually so one-sided and so bad. There's no point even going back and looking at this game, because it's just simply don't get smashed 1v1 in every single lane, and that's how you lost this game. So hopefully they'll be able to make the adjustments for future weeks and not let this get to them too much. They are still in a good position to carry forward in this group, but Smashborn is going to be extremely happy. They simply just first game was a little messy. They had some greedy plays, but they came back just fine, still got the clean 2-0 at that point, and they're going to be very comfortable at this point.
Indeed, and once again, congratulations to them, but that'll be it for us tonight with the Risen Rampage Premade week number 4. Once again, I was Justin Katz Fairchild, and alongside me, the one, the only, the lovely Goldlife.
Thank you very much, Katz. You all have a great evening.